And you talked of some of these things, but I think so. There's a lot of stuff that floats around, right? We've talked of the confusion around additional information, etc. But really, what constitutes a healthy pregnancy? Because there's a lot of, in fact, in some sense, there's way too much information that goes around for at least a large percentage of women nowadays, right? And there's also, as Shital says, there's this constant conflict between what the doctor is telling you versus what your own family members may be telling you versus your various other friend circle will be telling you. But if you have to kind of, and there's, we can talk a little bit also on some of the common misconceptions, but what constitutes really a healthy pregnancy? Dr. Okay, Shital, you want to go first? Go ahead, Shital.
So I just want to say that, there is no tendency, that everybody can identify and say, okay, we all, so whatever one woman goes through, it doesn't necessarily mean that somebody else would go through the exact same thing. So people have to remember that when they're comparing notes, okay, I had vomiting and you didn't, and I gained so much weight and you didn't. So I think it's just essential that you make sure you do your scans and you do your checkups on time, so that if there are any issues, they will be identified earlier, they can be corrected. And staying again happy, to me, is very essential for a healthy pregnancy. Staying stress-free and just having a nice time. So I tell my, pregnant women patients this all the time. I said, this is your honeymoon period, because once the baby comes, your honeymoon is over. So enjoy this time.
I think, Aparna, yes. While we focus on the physical fitness, the antenatal visits and the medical tests and the scans, which are very important, I've come to believe, Aparna, that it's so important for that woman to be welcoming of this baby. So emotionally, psychologically, does she really want this baby? And if that is right, then what Shital says, the other things like mental health issues, relationship with her partner,
right?
Is there domestic violence? Those are the other issues that would affect her, her attitude to this whole pregnancy. And that's the stress that we don't often speak of.
Correct.
Even mental health issues. I'm so anxious that we don't even, we're just scratching the surface. So when you're talking about a healthy pregnancy, I think these are areas that we also need to focus on. Right. Because if a mother steps into pregnancy without all these mental health issues and stress, then she's birthing the next generation with confidence. And she's better prepared emotionally, mentally to nurture that baby with confidence.
Right.
And between pregnancy and becoming a mother, that labor and birth experience, if it's a positive one, then she's made for life. But if she's had a traumatic experience because the staff have been rude, insensitive, she's had pain, she's been alone. Now you can imagine what that's going to do.
Right.
To her, apart from the maternal infant bonding that's going to be screwed up also. So my definition of a healthy pregnancy is really a healthy mother, emotionally, psychologically, physically.